You can imagine the kind of trolls they will take your case through and all that stuff. So he is sitting there now. He's going through a lot for this particular case. It is Yakwana 2022. So you resist Asamoah. Now you are bringing the Fennec family into the picture again, and bringing Bulldogg and his family into the picture again, which is so unfair. Into the action you will take and may support on 101%.
Because you can't stay in one place. You can't be at the same place all the time. Mentally, it's not healthy. What you say. So me, and yeah, I mean, he's done worse. To me, he's done worse. You know, maybe on another occasion we can sit down and talk. Yeah, he's done worse. And then no cry. I glossed over it, moved on. You know, the reason why I moved to court, they say, me, I think say no, I mean Obi say I think say MC. We spoke for almost 2 hours. Okay. Me, I don't take the world seriously because me say yen chewo ha. Okay. Well, but if there's something I want to take seriously in this world,
say aquantum abrochi na opese o sendi sika ko momo number so e wo Ghana and say opese o sendi sika e ko bank account bi so e wo Ghana. Me therefore ma men kan for lemfi amount. The enti me kan for lemfi amount nyina ne say o pay money transfer o more exchange rate e wo soro kese pa e lemfi. Na ni gisem crack kese ne say wo Europe. Now we have first transfer with 50 euros, amount 20 euros cashback. And now we UK. Now your first £50 transfer, amount £10 cashback. Or Canada, any Americans now you have $100 first transfer, amount $20 cashback. Nemum answer na benya cashback no. Mema rain say ube use Bonah BONAH as the referral code.
He came to court.
Okay.
And say patrol, they want us to bring the matter out. You know, at the time we were present, said no, we want to proceed, but if you know or no kikan no friend penny for any idea. You know, we had a lot of meetings. Even Honorable A Plus Kra was sitting in several meetings, you know, conforming Mikasa. And I mean, my intention was not to punish anybody. It was just to make sure I clear my name exactly. You know, because me I dream Bonibia, you know, so Obiakata, you know, and I say, okay, cool, my name is lawyers and I say, okay, once everybody is saying, oh, fache, unia bema, ania no, fache, you know, I said, no problem. My wife didn't come say, I mean, exactly. So spoke to my lawyers, we went back to court. Any court anything can say, oh yeah, we've come to some sort of an agreement. Okay. Inti yebe pese yebe a free court. Usually who the same court who be here say agreement na more agree with you know. You need to tender in that agreement or court. Then to be passed as a consent judgment. Okay. Because court there has to be some sort of a judgment. So we had a consent judgment. The consent judgment was so apologize and then also pay my legal fees.
The lawyers.
Yes, you know, so because I mean I think the decent thing to do, because at the time I'm issuing 1 million Ghana cedis. Oh yes, meaning court I think it was 1 million. Inti
Biemunso se wa America na opese wo shipping nyoma e free Washington DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Odiane Box Oak Logistics. Omu ye door-to-door shipping company. Medofo Fre Box Oak says ya o fro ma when him round so no mu gina aboboa no omo be box no man kama na omo dia call Ghana asumdwe mama omo so eni gisem ba ko e kan ne say o fro ma ka chrom say enam the BULLDOGG so e na o te omo nka omo so mprempren na omo chew 10% discount. And
I'm famous. Okay, fine. No, there's no problem. It's not even about the money for me to start with, you know. So we own my lawyers. Then I need just an apology, you know, so that we set the record straight. What I say. So I think we came to that agreement, and we took it out of court. Okay. I think 2023 more, you know. But I mean, typically of him, you know, so at the time 1 year.
1 year.
You know, 1 year, I think say somewhere this week. You know, Wabababeye. So make I say Wababeye no before Wababeye no my new lawyer, Cephas Boyo, yes, at Boyo at law, yes. On any team, no, had to follow up on the judgment that we got in 2022. Okay. Usually, when you judgment as any pakuno and yet the court you have to go and enforce the judgment. Yes, go enforce the judgment. So I think my lawyers, Cephas Nene team, especially Cephas leading the team at the Nissan court to try and enforce the judgment. You know, so during those times, I think usually if you don't go by what the court says, there are consequences.
Okay.
Yeah, there are consequences because that's why you take the thing to court to start with. I think say now on one who said at the end because eventually any year man it will not augur well for him, so he called Cephas Boyo, Esquire or friend, and said, obe babe tenasi na interested in the best sort of. So yes, so my lawyer reached out to me and said, yes, he share and all that, and I'm like, I mean, for me, there's no point. We all know the SUED. Yes, in the end, we share be dada. So I think the call came on Monday. My lawyer met him and his team, I think on Tuesday, and a Tuesday now or Wednesday now, or release the apology. So I mean, for me, the most important thing I think is many join news Kasa. No, what's the way forward? I'm like, most importantly, I think he should look at sorting out the lawyers, yes, the legal fees, yes. Then that's about it. I mean, me actually, I'm not keeping anything in me. Yes, at the end, that's how I look at it. Because call. Obi Bonah and because in the past when we met, he's come to say, bro, I'm sorry, what can say your man then you go back and do some of these things. But hey, sana reality so that's how
the legal fee
100,000 Ghana cedis.
100,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
100,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
1 billion, 1 billion.
Yes. It was 300 actually, but at the time they negotiated with Honorable Srem Simon and Omotesoba 100. Okay. So you're supposed to pay that fees to the legal.
Maybe some question about this same legal fees.
Yes.
Was this same legal fees? This same SHATTA call? Was it another interview? And I know what say. Initially, you were suing him for 1 million.
Yes.
1 million now we sue we see legal fees and legal fees no 1 million. Then he made a video and said, "Say you were a joker." Now, if you were smarter and can a Godfather Leslie be fair? Now, kawaji. Ono sis can come 100,000. If you were smart, you would have taken the $100,000 and forget about everything. But you want to show that that's the same.
I know. And I mean,
so he rubbished it in the media as though who sre for $200,000. Question.
And to start with, I have nothing financial to gain in this whole thing. Say sikana mi pa. Nangaze say mijina court was still with them 1 million Ghana cedis. But I'm like, hey, I think the decent thing to do.
1 million Ghana cedis here, yes. 10 billion.
Yes. 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 So that was what I was going for initially. What I say, but
and now what is waba?
I mean, so maybe the point is there's no money for me.
Okay.
Yes. Oh yes, because what I'm saying is that if I was sticking to the 1 million cedis, if I had sued and went to court, went to trial and won the case, 1 million beba me change. Yes, for damages near there. But in this case, there's no money issue. Me, all I wanted was the apology. sikana ye ka ho sese no legal fees ube file paper
no yes
lawyers 100,000 cedis titi 1 billion
oh bit
enye skebia so no do skabebre so me lawyers ejuma omo aye omo ko append omo file papers to go and to serve writs near the enye yes enye adikitwa constantly being to court back and forth
I mean
yes so me lawyers ye hu ejuma still.
Okay, good.
So for me, there's no financial gain in this whole thing. The most important thing was my reputation, and to come and cast aspersions. And I say, I think it's only fair to set the record straight, and why yes. So you better pass.
So, what do you channel?
Media channel that because I think what would be the essence to hold on to Sanyo Mano? I mean, trim me up good. Oh, me keep you there with me. What you say? I mean, a CAC. Oh, then you move on.
Say, ko Ghana, akodi udwuma bia. Na sabi udru Ghana be Kumasi na udru Kumasi obepe baabi adam Asamoah obepe baabi a 100% security 100% CCTV cameras air condition chese ope baabi adam Asamoah obe sorry with my year aduane live to say there sabi uti ufie papa bi ma frɛ Pcash Properties and I say call www.pcashproperties.com.
Because you can't stay in one place, you can't be at the same place all the time. Mentally, it's not healthy. What you say? So me, and yeah, I mean, he's done worse. To me, he's done worse. Maybe on another occasion we can sit down and talk. Yeah, he's done worse. And then no cry. I glossed over it, moved on. The reason why I moved to court, they say, me. I think say no obi say kasa. I think say MC. We spoke for almost 2 hours. Okay. Me, I don't take the world seriously because me say yen chewo ha. Okay. Well, but if there's something I want to take seriously in this world, my wife and me map. Well, those are the only things I take seriously. Me, I don't even take myself seriously because yen frama and yes, what you say. So for me to be still here and I have 4 kids, 4 beautiful kids and a beautiful wife. For you to try and put me in a situation where I cannot see them, take care of them, be with them as a family, it's dangerous. Well, so that's why I had to go to court and say, look, I mean, what are you trying to say? Where did I say that? Do you have proof of what I have said? At which point did we speak on matters like that? I mean, he said plenty things. So can you be brave? Or can be brave? Yes, So for me, it's not about keeping anything inside. It's just allowing it to go, heal, and move on. And that's how I've been here, all this while. So to me, this annual share nipemu. Obi wa uyena dia onto me financial. But doing that is unhealthy. Wow, be proud. Yes, so me media channel that before be throw we media channel that.
So if so back say managing bioma as
ejumani dey be.
Please, I've not asked you.
Ejumani dey be. So let me also try and clear something here. Now, say there was a time I'm in Nija ejuma. Then we started working again. Now a lot of people misconstrue that. Say, I did now also in Juma biom granting interviews near there. You was sign and now this is the trick here, or the true story. Me to me baby, it was xylophone. Now me a boss war. And now me former boss and I'm still on crowd my boss. No person signing or signing SHATTA.
Okay.
About a xylophone. Now, to be able to do that, you need to seek my consent.
I remember that he said.
Yes, you need to seek my consent. What I say, so when you say, "Many nija juma na me say many ni juma bi me san call ni ho there be man san call." Na me meet xylophone. Na me ye juma. At the time we had signed Stoneball, we had signed Becca, Joyce Blessing, Kumi Guitar, Obibini.
And even some of the actresses and
Yes. But xylophone music, I was taking care of the musicians.
Okay.
Now a dinati na taking care of the actors and actresses.
Okay.
So me wo ho na me boss friend me say, "Oh, me pese me no nya meeting nti brana yen kasa." You know, so me do on okase, "Oh, omo person omo sign Shatta, but Shatta say only me what problem nti we should try and solve the issue before blah blah blah." You know, and that day I me call no, my name says like some sort of ambush, and that day now about mini na mo kasa obekutu so me na me so we here because me yi side na fi meeting da. So that's how come we had to settle my case before, because it will be very difficult. I work with all the artists. It will be difficult not to settle that case before I ever sign in.
Yeah, and just quickly to add on, because I was also part of the xylophone family. The first working relationship was different from the second working relationship.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the first working relationship between Bonah and Shatta was that close. It was managing him directly. But xylophone setup, we sat there as the top management kind of. We were the label, and then now all the artists had their respective management. So the managers were answering to us, and we were giving them the necessary resources to do it. So it wasn't the same, dynamic.
You know, now Julio was in charge of him at the time. Yes. And in the team. So the big Shakra, Julio in the team, yes. You know, and Arnold will tell you, I mean, I was there with him in the office the whole time.
Air conditioning. No problem.
You know, so that was the working relationship. But sometimes in Crawford, so I have a few people, a few friends. I'm say, "Oh no, you cry today. As you do this, you go work with us. You can't apologize again." No, it's not about that. You know, that train has moved long ago. I mean, there will be no working relationship. Me share no baby no, or say, or share me I met you, like I'll respond. I mean, there's no bad blood here. Yeah, there's no bad blood. There will be no need for any bad blood. But say you best say kwako iye juma there. There be a bad thing. That's right.
Ola.
Oh,
And I say,
I don't know.
sorry, man.
Oh, Embre said, we know Asamoah esi na yenya no puma sibra. So there's little to be said about it. And the home na no Asamoah fan no why baby chechim. A crasse maka na sumare. And a baby a chicha abuana wani kosan. It's nipa na obe fumon. Finally, wababe patcho wakuma toyem. The can say obetua legal fees, which I know say mu pushy obetua. So I just saw mu pushy. It's I think it's okay. So long as you nipa na wo identify when they affected one. So long as say wo ya PC I think we are good to go. Yeah. I know and mini
I know it.
Empress, industry near woman, and I say, we are senior woman. So, we know in Tawa and Akasakasa, the ideal avenue, so Kusiki redress a court. Over the period, and we don't add money, so we back of 2 or 5 tax. No. Only be a problem. And industry near woman, it will be at a point one year careful be now. Obe kasati obi obe say obe call into a certain transaction but obe feel we see no and that other stuff. And the most appropriate route so BR fan is to go to the law court. Now wako seek redress, and I think that's exactly what Bulldogg did. Now asemi ko be nyina no ho the hard drink kakra for me ko for me na me I believe say asemi since 2014 a homo pano a Fennec nebusia any boo. And I'll start with Fennec there. Empress, Fennec you could now with the only 31. 31. And your tip platform is to say it's in baby in Fennec was one of the more influential personalities were in industry. he was like a stalwart, just like Bonah. He was huge, like very influential. Apart from the only behind the scenes for your industry, not on that level. It's a new one of a hard dream pie. Now, me person make kai busan for you. The only time I say busan for no when you say anytime I will be in Indiano, probably exactly. No, and it's been since 2014. So almost every time Biano, once there's a mention of Fennec Ochi, new one, it brings back like
pain,
trauma, pain, any the keke count. So a hard drink say every time Biano and the Bano. Now me sure was a phone big deal bobo, so no still now mom could decide to trust him, no could say no, who and blah 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 blah. That's Fennec in the Busian. Now when you come to Boons in the Busiano, indeed, because me, you saying you follow story from the beginning. Apart from your closeness with Fennec and Bono, you signed the idea with here for a period. Now I know say in 2014, book of them for 1 month. Ooh. Well, what's a book can be a problem because a story be on I think it's a Raz or one of the newspapers. Now or she sell it or so. I think it's attractive as a story. Only be a problem because they move for a month. Now I remember I said Boo P or he talked about how the wife phone say broom the Kuala were heavily affected at the time. I mean, law courts back and forth to the time I bet discharging no say any the kind of negative cloud that hover over your head. You understand? So you can imagine. Usually he acts tough and all, but that episode no cool. I don't think that he would want to wish it on even the worst enemy. No. Then you buy any more to 2012. Now yes, I can't say no. Yes, and I totally agree with 100% with the action we'll take here. Considering the come in 2014, and then saying most of us say okay, you know on kwala, and because of internet and IT need to know. Charlie, they more no. And considering the fact that you're public figures, no, unbeknownst to you, no, not yet discuss. Like you can imagine the kind of trolls they will take your case through and all that stuff. So he is sitting there, no, he's going through a lot for this particular case. It is 2022. So you resist the same way. Now you are bringing the Fennec family into the picture again, and bringing BULLDOGG and his family into the picture again, which is so unfair. Into the action you will take and may support on 101% because because you want your biggest calling is to protect your offsprings, and that's what he's doing in the family, and that's what he's trying to do. Into legal fees, no, I don't see why it should drag because, like he said, courts not am a certain directive. So one follower, then all drag them. And I'll plead with Wale in the group. They say they should not drag it because now, like as I'm saying, the two families I see they are in contention now. It's one. The more you drag it, the more the Fennec family is always refreshed about how their kid died, the fact that you kill us, and blah blah blah. And also okala, or we say or mommy or papa or uncles or siblings, and you're fair to that family. Say even at this time I didn't hear court case no. We still one and then the move factor too. It's not fair to him and his family. It's a mess. Let's kill this matter once and for all. After the apology, do the needful, pay the legal a normal process. So who accuse you being a castle blah blah? You pay the legal fees. Legal fees you can put their form. It's a mess. Say for the sake of Boo family and the Fennec family. Yes, let's kill this matter once and for all. Then let's leave the rest to the police. Because it's still our court case found. We still need to figure out who did that. Maybe you two innocent families, let them relax and sleep.
Say, aquantum, abrochre, na opese o sendi sika ko momo number so ewo Ghana. And I say opese o sendi sika eko bank account bi so ewo Ghana. Therefore, mamin come for lemfi amount. The entire may come for lemfi amount nyina ne say. Pay money transfer. More exchange rate was stroke as a pa a lemfi. Now I need you some crackers and say, so was Europe. Now we have first transfer with €50, amount 20 euros cashback. And our UK, now your first £50 transfer, amount £10 cashback. Or Canada, any Americans, now your $100 first transfer, amount $20 cashback. Nemum, answer na benya cashback no. Mema remfi se ube use Bonah BONAH as the referral code. Biemu so se wa America na ope se o shipping nyoma e free Washington DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Odiane Box Oak Logistics. Omu ye door-to-door shipping company. Medofo Fre Box Oak says ya o fro ma when him round so no mujina waboboano omba be box on your man kama na omodi akọ Ghana asumdwe mama omo so eni gisem ba akọ account ne say o fro ma catch him say and I'm the BULLDOGG so and I'll tell you monka omo so prempre na ombecha 10% discount. Near chat woni say o kọ Ghana akodi udwuma bia na sabi udru Ghana be Kumasi na udru Kumasi obepe ba bia dam wasomadwo obepe ba bia e 100% security e 100% CCTV cameras air condition chese ope ba bia dam wasomadwo wa obe sorry with my year aduane live to say there sabi uti ufie papa bi ma frɛ Pcash Properties and I say call www.pcashproperties.com.